Hello, friends. Steve Taylor here, the financial dad, helping you win the long game. So, in today's conversation, I'm really reaching out to you kids of all ages, right? This is mostly to your parents to help you out, but I know a lot of you younger kids out there, younger adults, right? This topic probably has not come up, but it's a really, really important topic. So, let's remember when you're a kid and you're a minor and you're a child, and a decision needs to be made for you, right? Basically, I'm defining your child as under 18 years of age. If you need to have a financial or a health decision made for you, who makes that decision? Your parents, right? They're allowed to make that decision. They're the proper ones to make that decision, and they're the ones legally entitled to make that decision. However, when the kid turns age 18, what happens? They're an adult. You no longer can make these decisions for you. I had a recent client come up to me and say, she wanted to reach out and talk to her daughter's school, and the school would not speak to her because the child was of age and she did not have the proper paperwork on file. So, real simple. What are the two major documents that you need to have together for your adult child? And really for you parents as well, because I know many of you don't have these. The two important documents are a power of attorney and a healthcare surrogate. What are they? The power of attorney allows you to make financial decisions on behalf of someone else if they're not allowed to make it. Okay? Whatever that might be, dealing with the bank, dealing with signing a contract, an agreement, whatever that might be, it allows that to happen. It's an extremely important document. Okay? And your kids, believe me, they're going to be very happy to allow you to do this, right? They want you to do this. In fact, they probably already think you still can do that. So when you go get the power of attorney together, go through it, talk to them, let them know, hey, mom and dad are here to help for whatever you might need, but we're not getting in your way. We're not taking these rights away from you, right? And you can walk through and talk to them about the document, what it means, but it's vitally important to have that in place. Because if you don't have that in place, what happens? We'll get to that. So number two, the most important document the two documents you need is a healthcare surrogate for your child. Basically, same as power of attorney. This allows you to make medical decisions for the child. Now, what's important is that the child or you or anybody, you don't have to name the same two people in those roles. You can name one in certain order on your power of attorney. Healthcare surrogate could be different. But what's vitally important to have these together, because if you do not, what happens? If the child gets in an accident or is incapacitated or is really out of communication on a vacation, right? They're traveling Europe, they're backpacking, whatever it might be, and something needs to be done for them. You can't act. Now, more dramatically, if they get injured for a short or longer period of time, what will happen is a court will step in and get involved and have a guardian named for that child to be their guardian to be able to make those decisions. Now, I have seen absolutely nightmares in this area because depending how old your child is, you might think it's very easy for the parent to step in and that the parent will be automatically put in as the guardian. Not necessarily so. If that child has other friends or other people or other interests, once you go in front of a court, people are allowed to come in and argue their cases. And I have seen disastrous outcomes come out from that. Okay. So you're trying to avoid this by being proactive in putting these documents together. Because if you have those documents together, the court is not going to be involved. Now, can you just go and download these documents from an online portal? Maybe, but I would highly recommend against it. Each particular state has very different rules. The state of Florida, about 14 years ago, dramatically changed their power of attorney rules. Like one of the things that Florida outlawed is they say you cannot have what's called a springing power of attorney, which means the power of attorney only becomes effective when the person that signed it becomes incapacitated. Okay? A lot of states allow this, but Florida does not. So if there's a power of attorney that says that, it doesn't work. And what I like to say to those who are concerned about that issue, I say, hey, listen, if you're going to name someone, what makes it less likely that you trust them right now versus when you're incapacitated? If you trust them, you trust them. It doesn't matter when it's in power. If you have it in force, you don't want to necessarily give it to them right away, have someone that you trust hold it for you, whatever it might be, right? But it's very important to have the proper documents because without them in the proper state, trying to do that effort or anything, it's not going to be effective. Okay, so it's really important to have these conversations with your kids also right when they turn age 18. If they're going off to college, that's the absolute perfect time to have it and really help and guide them through everything that you're having here. This should not be scary, right? These should be good, positive conversations to have. Just let them know, hey, we're continuing to help and support each other, okay? And that's vital, and not for it only to come up when there is a problem, okay? When it's that comes up. So listen, kids, parents, you're watching this, you have questions about this, you have other ideas, other things you want to talk about, let us know. Comment below. Let us know. We're happy to give you the advice and help you out with this. And really, these are the steps and the things that we're talking about that help you in the long game. Once you have a power of attorney done, you might not need to update that for 50 years. I'm not saying you should. You should not update it for 50 years, but it's really important to have that together. Hope this helped, kids. Take care.